Hi friends, how are you all? Hope you are all keeping fine and busy with your studies. And I hope you remember what we have been studying in the previous class. We are studying about the physical features of India, the second lesson. And we saw that India has got a lot of features. India has got plains, mountains, lakes, rivers, forests, deserts, islands, all kinds of features are there in India. So we shall see them all one by one. And we saw that the physical features we can divide them into 6 groups. As a whole, if you divide them into, we can divide them or include them into 6 groups. Let's see what are they. The first and the most important part or feature of India is the Himalayan Mountains. The mountains that are protecting one border of India. The Himalayan Mountains. Then second one is close to the Himalayan Mountains we have the northern plains. That is the second part. Then the third group is the peninsular plateau. Below the northern plains we have the peninsular plateau. Then comes the next Indian desert. Then comes the coastal plains. We know in the Deccan Plateau, and both sides we have the seas. One side we have Arabian Sea, another side we have Bay of Bengal. So along that sea we have coastal plain area is there, which is very near to the sea. So we'll be studying about that coastal plains. Then we have the islands, Lakshadweep and Andaman and Nicobar Islands. So these are the 6 major divisions that we can have. We can divide India into. So I hope you understood. Once again we shall say, you can follow it in your textbook as well, page number 9. So first one is Himalayan Mountains, second one is the Northern Plains, and third one is Peninsular Plateau, and the fourth one is Indian Desert, the fifth one is Coastal Plains, and the sixth one is the Islands. So we shall study the first thing about the Himalayan Mountains. The Himalayan Mountains. We shall also observe in the small map that we have. So, where do we find Himalayan Mountains? You will find it starting from Jammu and Kashmir on the extreme north, and it comes down the border of Nepal, then it goes up to Arunachal Pradesh, the northeast. So it is like a curve, no? Starting from Jammu and Kashmir, coming down, then it goes up to the Arunachal Pradesh. So the mountains that we have in Arunachal, they are part of the Himalayan Mountains. So the Himalayas, geologically young and structurally formed mountains, stretch over northern borders of India. So that is a speciality of Himalayan mountains. What are they? They are geologically young. So speaking in geology terms, the Himalayan mountains are very young. They may be only few millions of years old. Other parts like Gondwana land or the southern part, they are much older than these Himalaya mountain areas. And what type of mountain it is? It is folded mountains. We discussed in the other class how these Himalayan mountains were formed. It is because of two plates crashing each other because of their great force. They crushed each other, they moved towards each other, crushed each other, then folded. That is how the mountains were formed. So this Himalayan mountain was formed like that. So when this soil went up like this, then both sides were empty or deep depression caused, and slowly from the mountain rivers came down carrying water and soil and filled up this deep valley, and that became a plain area. That we will study in the coming class. So today we shall see about the Himalayan mountains. We can underline what are the specialities of this Himalayan mountain. One is it is a young mountain, and second one is it is a fold mountain. Fold mountain, you can underline young mountain as well as fold mountain. These are two features of Himalaya, and it is stretching over the northern borders of India. So it is stretching over the northern part. So we said it is in the northern part of India. Then these mountain ranges run in a west-east direction from the Indus to the Brahmaputra. So these mountains are starting from west to east. So starting from this western side where there is a river called Indus, and so it is starting from there, and so it comes down and going to the east. And in the east, what river you will find? The Brahmaputra river you will find. So it is running from west to east. So remember that it is starting from west with the river Indus, and it is going to the east where there is Brahmaputra river. And the Himalayas represent the loftiest and one of the most rugged mountain barriers in the world. So the another speciality of this Himalaya is that it is the loftiest mountain. Loftiest means very high. Remember, the highest peak in the world is Everest, and that is situated in Himalaya. So it is the loftiest mountain, the highest mountain in the world, we can say. Then it is also one of the rugged mountain barriers of the world. What's meaning rugged? So it is not level, rugged, up and down. So lot of small peaks are there, higher peaks are there. So these mountains are not going in a steady. It is going up and down. So many peaks are there, high peaks are there. That's why it's a very rugged mountain. Then they form an arc. We said they are forming, they are not going just straight. They are coming down and going up again. So it is like a arc. So the mountains are like a arc. Then which covers a distance of about 2,400 kilometers. So if you take the length of Himalayan mountains, how many kilometers it will come? If you take from the west and to the east, it will be 2,400 kilometers. And the width varies from 400 kilometers in Kashmir and 150 kilometers in Arunachal Pradesh. So the length of the mountain is 2,400 kilometers, and the width, that is not same, it is varying. Different places it is different width. So in Kashmir, if you look at the Himalayan mountains has got how many kilometers? 400 kilometers wide. The width is 400 kilometers. And as it is coming down and going to the east, it becomes narrower. And when it reaches Arunachal Pradesh, the width of the Himalayan mountain is only 150 kilometers. So it has become less than half. Here in Jammu and Kashmir it is 400 kilometers wide, and when it is reaching Arunachal Pradesh, it becomes only 150 kilometers wide. The altitudinal variations are greater in the eastern half than those in the western half. So the altitude, the height. So we said in that mountain there are so many peaks are there. So the height you will find in the east more and in the west it is less. So which area of the mountain will have the loftiest areas or the highest areas? The eastern half, that means half of the eastern side, that has got higher peaks, higher hills and so on. And in the western side it is less. And the Himalaya consists of 3 parallel ranges in its longitudinal extent. So when we think about the longitudinal way of the Himalayas, it is consisting of 3 ranges. So one range is there, then below that another range is there, then below that again there is another range. So the first range or the northernmost range will be the highest, the second one will be little more low, and the third one will be again low. So it is going in 3 layers or 3 ranges. So mountains are in 3 ranges, Himalayan mountains. Then a number of valleys lie between these ranges. So if there are 3 ranges are there, in between there will be valleys, because the mountains we might have seen, it is coming down, another one is coming down. So between these hills or between these mountains there will be a valley. So in the Himalaya also there is no difference. There are 3 ranges are there, and between these ranges a lot of valleys are there. Then the northernmost range is known as the Great or Inner Himalayas or Himadri. So we said there are 3 ranges are there. The Himalayas, 3 ranges are there. You can see in your textbook also. You will see the red lines are given there. They are the 3 ranges. See the shape? It is like a arch. So it is going like this. And we will see 3 lines are there. So first line is one range, second one is the second range, and the third one is the last range. So each range has got its own name. Different names are there. Let us see what are they. So this, the northernmost part, the topmost part, it has got 3 names. So it is said the Great Himalaya, or it is said the Inner Himalaya, or it has got one more name, the Himadri. So these are the 3 names of the upper range. That's the topmost range, that is in the most northern side. So what are the 3 names? The Great Himalayas, or it is said the inner Himalaya, or it is also said the Himadri. So these are the three names that is used for mentioning about which range? The northern range. Then below that will come the second range, and that will be the middle range. Total three ranges are there. This is the topmost, and below that will come the second, and then the lowest. And it is the most continuous range consisting of the loftiest peaks with an average height of 6,000 meters. So most of the high peaks will come in this northernmost range or in this Great Himalayas. And so if we take the average height of the peaks that is there in this range, what will be the height? Average height 6,000 meter. 6,000 meter high. Some of them will be 6,000 or some may be even more. We are taking the average only. So some may be more than 6,000, some may be less than 6,000. But if we take the average, we can say the height is 6,000 meters. And it contains all the prominent Himalayan peaks. So almost all the important Himalayan peaks, the high peaks, they are all in this northern range or the Great Himalayas. I hope you follow. So let's say once again. So Himalaya, he has got three ranges. One is in the northernmost or the topmost, then below that another range, and below that again another range. And between these ranges there is a lot of valleys are there. And we will find most of the high peaks are in the eastern side of the Himalayas. In the western side, the high peaks are less. And so the total length of the Himalayas, starting from Jammu and Kashmir and ending in Arunachal Pradesh, 2,400 kilometers. That is the total length of this Himalayas. But the width is not same everywhere. It is the widest in the Jammu and Kashmir side. There it is 400 kilometers. And as it is coming to the east, when it is reaching the Arunachal Pradesh, it is much less. It is only 150 kilometers wide. Then we will find the three names that is used for mentioning about the northernmost range of this Himalaya. So it is said the Great Himalayas or the Inner Himalayas or Himadri. So three names are there. Remember, the Inner Himalayas or the Great Himalayas or Himadri. These are the three names that are used for the same range, that is the topmost range. And most of the high peaks you will find in this Great Himalaya, and most of them are very high, very tall, and average height we can say it is 6,000 meters. That is the average height of this peak, the northernmost. Then you can see in your textbook the India's map is there, and all the mountains, everything is marked there. The relief features are marked there, different, and the color is given. Different colors are given. So that color is indicating something. That is the height. What is the height of that region? So the thickest is we will find in the Himalayan mountain area is the highest area. That is almost 1,200 meters high. Then another little more light color is there, that is 6,000 to 1,200 meters high. Then other colors are 300 to 600 meters high. Then other one is below 300 meters. And the lines that are given there, they are mountain ranges. You will find all these are given there. Then there are also many other mountains are there. We said most of the tall mountains are in these greater Himalayas. You will find the names given there. What are the most important or what are the tallest mountain peaks? Let us see. So some of the highest peaks of the Himalaya, and Mount Everest is the tallest or the highest. What is the height of Mount Everest? 8,848 meters. That is the height of Everest. That is the tallest peak in the world. And below that, or second one is Kanchenjunga. That is 8,598. So some 350 or some 250 meters or less. Second one is Kanchenjunga. Then third one is Makagi, and that is also quite high, 8,481 meters. Then next one is Dhaulagiri, that is also 8,172. And another one is Nanga Parvat, that is also 8,126 meters high. Then Annapurna, that is 8,078 meters high. Then Nanta Devi, that is below 8,000, it is 7,817. Then Kamet, that is 7,750 meters high. Then Namcha Barwa, that is 7,756. Then Gulla Manthata, that is 7,728. So these are the tallest mountains in the Himalayas, and most of them are in Nepal and the rest of them are in India. So most of the tall ones are in Nepal. The Mount Everest is in Nepal. Then second one, Kanchenjunga, is in India. And we will notice that Nepal has got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 tallest mountains are or peaks are in Nepal. Then India has got how many? India also has got 5 tall ones are there. So most of these peaks are between or in India and Nepal. Then the folds of the great Himalayas are asymmetrical in nature. So we said Himalaya is a fold mountain, and these foldings are not symmetrical. They are asymmetrical. That means they are not equal. Some places it is different, other places it is different, and so on. So they are not symmetrical. And the core of this part of Himalayas is composed of granite. So the core part of the Mount Himalaya, the most inner part of the Himalaya, it is made of granite, very hard stones. It is permanently snow bound. So how do you find Himalayas? It is permanently snow bound. Snow bound means covered with snow. So throughout the year it is covered with snow. Then a number of glaciers descend from this range. So in this topmost range, a number of glaciers are there. You know what is glacier? It is a snow field. The whole area is covered with snow, thick, very thick ice field, that is called glaciers. So this is the tallest place, and because of the height, the area is always cold, and the area is covered with snow always. and lot of glaciers are also there. So that is the situation in this Great Himalayas or Inner Himalayas or the Himadri. So we shall wind up for today, and in the next class we will continue again to learn more about the different ranges. So today we just saw about the first range, the topmost range, and there are two more ranges are there, and we will continue to learn about them in the coming days. Thank you for listening. Have a nice day.